Hello, fabulous friends. So today we're going to talk about pages 606 and 607 in our science book. Okie dokie, let's go ahead and jump right on in. So I'm on page 606, so I need you to stay with me. If I ask you to underline something, I need you to underline it in pencil. If I ask you to highlight, please make sure you highlight it in the correct color. Okie dokie, let's go ahead and start. So faster or slower. So temperature affects the rate at which chemical changes occur too. Read to find out how. So in your pencil, I need you to underline the act of reading. So as you read this page, circle 2 clue words or phrases that signal a detail, such as an example or an added fact. So recap. So examples of clue words or phrases would be, for instance, in fact, for example, also. Okay, we good? Moving on. So I'm going to start reading the paragraph, so I need you to follow along and pay attention. Okie dokie. Increasing temperature often speeds up the rate of a chemical change. For example, in pink highlighter, increasing oven temperature speeds up the chemical changes, put your pink highlighter down, that occur when a cake bakes or a potato cooks. In blue highlighter, decreasing temperature usually slows down the rate of chemical change. You can put your blue highlighter down. This is why food stays fresh longer when it is kept cool. Also, unused batteries can stay charged longer when kept in the refrigerator. Okay, now that's a fun fact. I'm going to go do that right now. Okie dokie. So, let's talk about these strawberries really quick right here. So, the chemical changes that make food spoil are slowed down by keeping the fruit in the fridge. So, why do you think that is? I'm going to give you a second to think. Is it because of the temperature that's inside of the fridge? Is it because they're cooler? Is it because it's not on your kitchen counter? That's kind of warm. Kinda. It's probably a combination of all three. So let's take into consideration that inside of a refrigerator, it's a lot colder. And it's supposed to stay cold to keep our food fresh longer. Now, when it comes to fruits, there's also different things to put on the fruit that keep them fresh in the fridge longer. Some people soak their strawberries and grapes in lemon juice and drying them off before then putting them in the fridge, which does keep them fresh longer. That is a fun fact. I do that with my strawberries and grapes. Other people do different things, but that is one way that keeps strawberries or fruit lasts a little bit longer in the fridge. So sorry, I couldn't get my words out right. Okay, so let's go up to that cold and warm water. So bear with me. An effervescent antacid tablet reacts more quickly with warm water than it does with cold water. Now that was a tongue twister. I'm so sorry. So, why would an effervescent antacid tablet react more quickly in warm water than in cold water? Take a second and think. Is it because the cold water is not allowing those particles to release as quick as the warm? Is it because with the warm water, once you drop it into the warm water, is it because you can immediately see all the bubbles coming up because the temperature of both items are the same? It's probably a mixture of the second option. Probably a mixture of the fact that the temperature of both the tablet and the water are the same, so it allows those particles from the tablet to start flowing off. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's go back to that act of reading. It says to circle clue words or phrases. Now, I'm going to circle them in green so you can see it, but I need you to circle it in your pencil. Now, where would they be? Take a second and think. If you said, for example, you're exactly right. Good job. Now, where would the other one be? There's one more on this page. Yeah, if you said also, great job. Awesome. Okie dokie, so let's move on. Okay, I'm on page 607, so I need you to stay with me. So, why it matters. Fever! So, imagine this. You feel awful. Yuck. Your head hurts. Yuck. And you have a fever. Even worse. Okay, so why might having a fever be a good thing, though? Can it be a good thing? I mean, kind of. Okay, so let's go into it. I'm going to read this paragraph, so I need you to follow along with me. Okay, before we do that, I need you to take your pink highlighter and draw a X. A big X over do the math. You get another free day. What? Okay, moving on. I'm going to start reading the paragraph, so stay with me. So, when you have a fever, your temperature rises above your normal body temperature, which is about 37 degrees Celsius, give or take. A low fever is between 38 and 39 degrees Celsius, give or take. A high fever is greater than 40 degrees Celsius, give or take. So, in green highlighter, low fevers help the body fight disease. In green highlighter, high fevers can cause severe problems. Now you can put your green highlighter down for a second. Temperature can increase for many reasons. For example, in green highlighter, certain bacteria have materials that your brain identifies as harmful. Okay, put your green highlighter down. The brain sends out signals that cause an increase in the chemical changes that produce energy. Your temperature increases. In green highlighter, bacteria cannot survive at this higher temperature. Okay, put the cap on to your green highlighter and put it away. Okie dokie, so let's talk about this for a second. Now, when I said give or take, I mean like 0.5. Okay, y'all have probably seen temperatures that are like 96.5 or 102.5. Does that make sense? So give or take, it'd be like 0.5 or 0.3 or whatever. Okay, so just know that. Okay, so this is in degrees Celsius. I promise I'm not making you convert them. So take a chill pill. Okie dokie. So fevers. Let's talk about low fevers for a second. So a low fever, which would be between, give or take, 98, 99 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so that'd be a low temperature. So think of this. You're sitting at home. Your head hurts. Your tummy kind of hurts. Your cheeks are kind of red, but you still feel okay to go out and play. So you probably have a low fever. Just think about it, okay? You probably have a low fever. So that means at that moment, the bacteria inside of your body is still able to fight off whatever is happening. Now, I know the pollen's outside right now is absolutely insane. I, myself, am sneezing my head off. I'm blowing my nose like crazy. And so sometimes my cheeks feel a little warm. So I probably have a low fever sometimes. But does that mean that my body is able to fight off the disease? Absolutely. Now, when it gets to the high fevers, that's where it can cause issues. So that means when your body temperature is higher, so in degrees Celsius, it'd be about 40 degrees. In degrees Fahrenheit, so look, it'd be about 100 degrees Fahrenheit or higher would be a high fever. Okay, so just bear with me. Now, everybody knows the flu, right? Yeah, we do. So, let's take this little girl, for example, in the photo. She has a thermometer in her mouth. Let's say she has the flu. Okay, let's say she has the flu type A. Okay, let's say her temperature is 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, that's a little high, right? So she would go to the doctor and they would prescribe her Tamiflu, which is an antibiotic, right? So her doctor would say, here, take this Tamiflu, make sure you do what I need you to do, which is, rest and make sure you stay hydrated. Drink a ton of water. Okay, so what the Tamiflu is doing is it's helping your body fight off that flu so that you can get your body temperature down. That way everything can start working right again. Does that make sense? Okay. Good. So here's the thing. Just because your body has a temperature does not mean it's not always bad or good. Does that make sense? I know that kind of messed you up a little bit, but let me take a step back here. Low fevers are okay. High fevers like this are scary, okay? So we really want to make sure that we're cautious of it. Now, if you just want to know for fun what your average body temperature is, go right ahead and take your temperature. That is okay. But just make sure if you start feeling bad, you always tell your mom or your dad, okay? Promise? Fingers crossed? Awesome. Okie dokie. So, last but not least, make sure you turn in photos of each page into Google Classroom. Okie dokie? We good? Awesome. Okay, one more little tidbit. You want to see my co-teacher right now? Look, it's Thorpy. He's laying on all my books. Thor says, "Hi guys. I love y'all. Do good." Okay. I love you guys and I miss you guys so much. See you later.